In the early part of my career, I used to perform really well. But there was one time in the year when I would be very upset, very disillusioned. This was the performance review meeting. Every time the performance review meeting would happen, and subsequently the increments and promotion, and it would always be less than my expectations. This was very demoralizing for me, but thankfully, I met a few people in my career, my seniors, who gave me the right kind of inputs at that point in time, because of which I understood and learned how to handle a performance review situation. Now, later on, when I was on the other side of the table, what I saw was that many of my subordinates would make the same kind of mistakes that I used to do. Are you one of them who gets really very frustrated and upset, disillusioned, dissatisfied, feel unrecognized after a performance review? This video is going to help you a lot, because in this video I am going to explain to you a step-by-step approach. In fact, it's a 7-step approach on how to handle the performance management situation. So there are 7 steps, as I said. The first 4 steps are preparatory. You're going to be preparing before you go into a performance review discussion. Step number 5 is where you will have the actual discussion. Step number 6 and 7 are post-review steps. Before we get started, let's establish the objective. The objective of this video is to give you a step-by-step approach so that you can have a very effective performance review discussion with your manager. Step number 1, do a self-assessment of your work. What were your targets? What were your achievements during the appraisal period? Did you meet your targets? Did you exceed your targets? What were the great achievements, and what were the things that you were supposed to do but things went wrong? Be ready with all this. Step number 2 is where you assess the market situation, that is the outside world. In this, you do 3 things. First is identify if there are jobs similar to yours in the market. Second is you find out which are the companies that are hiring. And the third thing is get an idea of the market value or the average salary for your kind of role. This assessing the market is very important, because if you don't know what your value is, then you wouldn't know what to ask for in your review discussion. Step number 3 is to assess the organization situation. What is the financial situation of the organization in terms of revenue and growth and profitability? Second thing is, what are the plans of the organization, upcoming plans in terms of growth, expansion, etc. And third thing is, what are the open positions in the organization which you can aspire for, and what are the skill sets required for those open positions. So this is pre-work that you need to do before you get into a performance review discussion. First is assess your own performance very honestly. Second is check how the market is, and thirdly, see where your organization stands. The fourth step is more tactical. This is about the preparation that you do before you get into a meeting. Again, there are 3 things that you need to do. First is you're going to be saying a few things. Maybe you're going to be asking for a promotion or a certain level of increment. Anticipate what the reaction and how you're going to deal with that reaction. Your manager might ridicule and say, "Are you crazy?" Or, "Yeah, I know it's long overdue. Let me see what I can do about it." Or, "Nah, you know how bad the situation is this year." It could be any of these reactions or many more. You know your manager well. Anticipate the reactions based on what you're going to say and be prepared for your response as well. Second is, there are some questions that are going to come up. Anticipate those questions as well and be prepared with your answers. Don't be taken aback or shocked by the questions. Go in prepared. The third thing is you need to prepare your script. Be prepared with what you're going to say and how you're going to be structuring it. Let me say something here. You may go in with a very well prepared script, but if you have a manager who is not a good listener or who is very impatient and who doesn't allow people to complete their sentences, then your preparation may not be useful. So in such situations, whenever I have had managers who are not good listeners, who don't allow me to speak, who don't allow me to complete what I want to say, I'd always write down an email. Pour all my thoughts into an email. If it takes a few hours to write that email, that is perfectly all right, and then send it across. The best thing about an email is it is a one-way communication. So the person in front of you has no choice but to allow you to complete. So this is the third tip that I have for you. Script, very well written, and if required, send it by email in advance. So now that you are ready to go to the performance review meeting, let's get into step 5, which is the actual meeting. For this meeting, I'm going to be sharing some do's and don'ts with you. Let's start with the do's. The first one, begin with the cordial greetings and everything else. And as far as your pitch is concerned, your speech is concerned, the prepared script that I spoke about, before you even start, just ask permission. Permission to speak for 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how much time you need, and say that, can you give me your views only after I'm completed? Is that okay with you? Do I have your permission? So that even if the person doesn't agree with what you say or doesn't want you to complete what you say, still the person will have no choice but to listen. So seek permission for uninterrupted time upfront. Secondly, put your points across in a very crisp manner. Don't go on and on and on about it. Just put it across and leave it at that. Third is, state your expectations very clearly. Don't be vague about it. Don't hope and assume that the person in front of you will be sympathetic, will have the sixth sense to understand what you are asking for. No, be very clear about it. And another piece of advice that I'll add here is that as far as laying out your expectation is concerned, ask for the maximum. So if you think that the market value for someone of your caliber is 30% above your current salary, say it. I'm expecting a hike of 30%. An important point here is that whatever you are asking for, along with it, explain how this is going to be helping the organization. So for example, if you're aspiring for a new role or a promotion, explain why you are capable and how this is going to be helping the organization. If you can do that, then that will add that right amount of weight to your argument. Now these were the do's. I also have some don'ts for you. First one, don't ever lose your temper. Never make this personal. It is a discussion. You should never get angry or upset about anything. Don't get emotional, positively or negatively. Be very much in control of your emotions. How much ever you may be tempted to, don't badmouth people. Whether it is your colleagues, your past supervisors, whoever, never badmouth people. No comparison with peers. You may know of certain colleagues who are probably underperforming vis-a-vis you, but you think they are getting overpaid or getting better opportunities. Now is not the time to speak about it. Also, don't rake up past injustices. Last year, the year before, this was expected, that was promised, it didn't happen, please do this for me. No good. It's not going to help your cause. You won't get any sympathy because of that. Obviously, don't get personal. If you say something personal to the person in front of you, that person will never want to do anything worthwhile for you. So, just no point in getting personal. Of course, during a performance review meeting, there are other points that also get discussed about where the organization is growing, what kind of trainings that you want to get into. But that is not something that I'm going to be covering in this video. I'm only talking about how you can make the best use of this performance review discussion to get an increment or a promotion for yourself. That was step 5. If you follow all the instructions that I just told you, you will have a brilliant performance review meeting. Step 6 is after the meeting. Go back to your desk. Make sure that you send a very honest, genuine thank you message to the person. You may have had your disagreements. Things may not have gone according to your expectations at times. Sometimes it may have gone well beyond your expectations. Whatever that is, you should always send a thank you message at the end of the meeting. Just thank the person. It's basic courtesy. And the last step is step 7, which is dealing with the outcome. So some weeks or some months later, you will know of what kind of increment and promotion that you have got or not got. You should know very clearly that the organization also has its own pulls and pushes. Don't get into an absolute position where whatever you asked for, you are going to get it. Sometimes you may not. Be realistic in your expectation, but at the same time, think about your future. So if you see that despite all your efforts, your performance, your pitch, yet the organization is not able to or not willing to give you what you are asking for, maybe you need to part ways. You need to find a better place where your capabilities, your contribution, and your work is truly appreciated. Quitting is the very last option if nothing else works. But otherwise, my vote is to make sure that you handle the performance review discussion in such a manner that you get the desired and deserving results. Hope this video has been helpful to you. My name is Sudhi Haribhat. I'm a leadership coach. I conduct free webinars on how you can get a job promotion using leadership skills. The registration link for this free webinar is given with this video. To register, and I will see you in the webinar. Cheers. Bye.